everyone. This is Shajra Mirza. I hope so you all are good. So today we are going to discuss the chapter Rise of Magadha in History. So let's get started. The rise of Janpadas and Mahajanpadas. So children, during the firstly we have to understand that how rise of Janpadas and Mahajanpadas occur. So during the period of Vedic period, people used to live a life of nomadic and pastoral life. What is the meaning of nomadic? Nomadic means khana badosh, and pastoral means which is connected with a pleasant country life. So they used to live a life of nomadic and pastoral life, and they were owing allegiance to their clans, means they were supporting for the leaders and government beliefs. So what is the meaning of clans? Clans means group of families which are related to each others. During the time of Vedic period, they were using iron tools. They cleared the forest and started cultivating land. Tools were used as weapons. Agricultural production and economic prosperity led to a settled life. So what they used to do, children, earlier they were using the tools of irons, and they cleared the forest and started cultivating the land, because earlier there was not so much population. So they started firstly they have to start clearing the land, then they will cultivate the land for the agriculture purpose, and from that process the rise of the Magadha was very famous for its economical and prosperous life. Okay, so now next topic, what it is written here, what is Janpadas and Mahajanpadas? It is very important. It will be surely asked in your annual exams. So understand it. What is the meaning of Janpadas? Janpadas meaning the term Janpada means the place where the Jana or people sets its foots. मतलब कि जहाँ पे जना या उनके लोग ने कदम रखा था तो वहाँ पे उनको बोलते हैं जनपदास. ठीक है. So how they arises as land become important, each clan claimed a particular territory to be its own and started naming the area after ruling it. This led to a rise of Janpadas. Children, I have already explained you that earlier the land was forest land. It was not so much populated. So what they used to do, they used to clear the forest and then they started cultivating for the purpose of agriculture and for living there. So when land become very important, so each clan means each families which were related to each other, they started to owe that land, and they started naming that area, which were the rises of Janpada. Suppose that you are living in a Jaunpur district in a Shahganj. So suppose guess that Shahganj is a forest area earlier, okay, and it was having no any houses, no any population. So what you will do, you will firstly you will clear the forest, then you will cultivate the land, or you will construct any buildings. So then you will name that building or house that it is my house, it is my area. So similarly, the same way Janpadas, they also cultivated their land and they make their houses and they made their name that it is the particular area belongs to them. Okay. So next, what is Mahajanpadas? See, by the name, in the topic only, children, in the question only, answer is hidden. Mahajanpadas. Maha means popular. Okay, means more stronger than Janpadas. So what is the meaning of Mahajanpadas? Mahajanpadas means which are more powerful than Janpadas. Janpada was a smaller kingdom and Mahajanpada was a larger kingdom. Some Janpada became more powerful than other were called as a Mahajanpadas. So some Janpadas were also there which became more powerful than all the other Janpadas. They were called as a Mahajanpadas. Mahajanpadas were having control of other country by invasion, as well as they were having their own capital. So children, I have already told you, I have taught you in the class also that Mahajanpadas, they were very powerful regarding the small Janpadas. What they used to do, they used to enter in any other country. Firstly, understand what is the meaning of invasion. The meaning of invasion is that action of entering another country with an army in order to take control. So what they used to do, suppose that if you are having a house and you are having that house and it is registered in your name, so no one can snatch that house from you. But earlier what the people they used to do, they used to go to another places with their army and they take control of that places, and they used to say that it is my places. So no one has that courage to take to say anything. If they will say anything, they will be brutally murdered. Okay, so I think there should be no any doubt regarding Janpadas and Mahajanpadas. It is very important. So come on, next page. So see, two types of political system were formed in the Mahajanpadas. So how many political system were formed? In the exams it will be surely asked. There were two political system which were formed in the Mahajanpadas. First was monarchies and the second was republic. Monarchies which was ruled by hereditary kings. Hereditary kings means push dar push. Okay, suppose that a king is ruling in a Magadha, so his son will only rule in that place, in that kingdom only. None other can rule. Heredity means transmission of genes from one offspring to another offspring, that is said to be hereditary. I am not teaching you science, but in the science you have studied the surely you will study the genetics chapter. In that chapter hereditary will come. Okay, so monarchies were ruled by the hereditary kings. For example, Magadha. So in the rise of the Magadha, when you will be studying the Bimbisara and Ajatashatru, so Bimbisara was the first important ruler of Magadha. He belongs to the Haryanka dynasty, and then after he died, who came? His son came, Ajatashatru. That is the meaning of hereditary. Okay, means the king will rule that kingdom, and after that if he will die, his son will rule. Okay, the next was republic. What is monarchies and republic? Monarchies and republics are the two political system. The republics were ruled by Gana or Sangha, and they were elected by the peoples. Okay, so let's get started on the next topic. Important Mahajanpadas. During the 6th century BCE, there was 16th Mahajanpadas. So children, I would like to tell you that ancient Buddhist and Jain texts mention in the existence of 16th Mahajanpadas in the 6th century BCE. During the Buddhist and Jain, what they have told, that they have discussed in the Buddhist and Jain also, the text is written in the 6th century BCE that there was a 16 Mahajanpadas. Don't get confused. Only you have to learn that there was 16 Mahajanpadas. Okay, the first was Magadha, second was Avanti, third was Kosala, fourth Vatsa, 5 Kuru, 6 Malla, 7th was Chedi, 8th was Kashi, 9th Anga, 10th Vaji, 11th Panchala, 12th Matsya, 13th Surasena, 14 Asmaka, 15 Kambuja, and 16 Gandhara. Out of these 16, the 4 kingdoms were very important. Okay, so Vatsa, Avanti, Kosala, and Magadha, which emerged more powerful. These 4 kingdoms were more powerful in which Janpadas or Mahajanpadas? In the Mahajanpadas. Okay. So we will talk about this powerful kingdom elaboration. The first is Vatsa and Avanti. See children, I have made a very good notes for you so that it will be very easy and very helpful for you during the exams time. So if you are having any doubt, you could see the video, and have made I'll surely make all the videos whatever you want, especially 2-3 chapters I have made. So if you are having any doubt or you want that I should make any more channels regarding it, so let me tell you. Okay, so let me tell you about the powerful kingdom elaboration. So the first was Vatsa and the second was Avanti. So Vatsa is what? Vatsa is not a name of a person. It is not name of a person. They both are powerful kingdoms. Okay, suppose that Jaunpur is a what? Jaunpur is a district. Jaunpur is a place. Okay, Jaunpur is not a name of a person. So Vatsa was situated on the bank of river Yamuna. Its capital city was Kausambi. Children, whatever I am writing with a red pen, especially like this, it is very, very important. Vatsa was situated on bank of river Yamuna and its capital was Kausambi. In the present day, it is known as Allahabad. Earlier, Allahabad was known as Kausambi. Okay. Vatsa kingdom was conquered by kingdom of Avanti. So firstly, you have to learn it that it was situated on the bank of river Yamuna. Its capital was Kausambi, which is now present day called as Allahabad, and it was conquered by Avanti. Means इस पे किसने कब्जा किया था? अवंती ने. Okay, then come on the next topic, Avanti. Avanti ruled over the western part of India. Narmada divided the kingdom into north and south. North capital Ujjain, south capital Mahishmati. It was later taken over by the Magadha. So children, you have to, I would like to elaborate in the Avanti, that Avanti kingdom ruled over the western part of India, and the Narmada river was divided the kingdom into northern and southern parts. The northern part was having its capital, which was known as Ujjain, and the southern part, which was having its center, was called as Mahishmati. Then Avanti later was taken, overthrown by Magadha empires. Okay, so come on, next one, Kosala. It includes the central and eastern parts of UP. Its capital was Shravasti. King Prasenajit was an important Kosala ruler, followed by his son Vidudhaba. There were constant conflict with the Magadha. Kosala was conquered by Magadha. So children, now you have to study about these things, that what was Kosala. Kosala and Magadha, they also were what? They were the powerful kingdoms. The first was Vatsa, the second was Avanti, and the third powerful kingdom we are talking about is Kosala. So it includes the central and eastern parts of UP, Uttar Pradesh. Its capital city was Shravasti, and the king name was Prasenajit, who was an important Kosala ruler. So you can underline it also. If you want, you can make a short note also. He was followed by his son Vidudhaba. After he died, who came? His son came, Vidudhaba. Then what happened when his son came? There was constant conflict with Magadha, Kosala. So what happened when he died? Who died? Prasenajit died. Then his son Vidudhaba came, and what happened when Vidudhaba came and he was ruling the Kosala empire? Then there was a constant conflict. Constant means लगातार क्या हो रहा था? झगड़ा हो रहा था, conflict, बहस हो रही थी, ठीक है, with Magadha. Then Kosala was conquered by Magadha. और फिर क्या हुआ? कोसाला पे मगधा ने कब्जा कर लिया. Conquered means कब्जा. Okay. And then the last is Magadha Empire, which was the most important and most powerful kingdom. The name Magadha first appeared in Atharvaveda and later in Yajurveda. So the kingdom of Magadha conquered other neighboring kingdom and emerged as the most powerful Mahajanpadas. Okay. So you have to just study about these things also. Magadha was situated between upper and lower part of the Gangetic valleys. Area had fertile soil and copper and iron deposit. The capital of the Magadha was Rajgriha. This is very, very important. So children, the name first, it can be asked in the exam that the name Magadha first appeared in which Veda? You will say Atharvaveda and Yajurveda. And it was situated between the upper and lower part of the Gangetic valley, and the area where it was situated, what was situated? Magadha, it was situated, it was having a fertile soil, and there was having a lot of coppers and iron deposit, and the capital of Magadha was Rajgriha. I hope so you all have understood. Okay, thank you so much.